Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Elgato light strip. Now, as you may know, Elgato have got a range of products now, and they've got that kind of like little ecosystem. We checked out the Wave 3, which is just up there somewhere, there it is, previously, and you can control that with other peripherals that you can get from Elgato, and this is a new one that's now in the little ecosystem. You can control it via an app, which is how I'm going to be doing it today, or you can do it by Stream Deck as well, which is really nice. This is 2 meters in length. I'm obviously going to go through the specs and stuff as we go throughout the video, but some key things. I have a little cheat sheet to my side. We've got a brightness of 2000 lumens, which is adjustable, so you can dim it. Color range from 3500 to 6500K. It connects via Wi-Fi, and that's how you're going to control it on your phone. So obviously it's going to be doing RGB, but it's also got white LEDs on it, which is really nice. A lot of the light strips that you see on the market, they kind of make white via the 3 RGB colors, and sometimes it's a little bit purple, a little bit blue, but to have a dedicated white is going to be really nice. So let's crack into this. I've undone the tape on the sides, just so we can get into it a little bit easier. There you go, on the side it says there. So we've got RGB and then white. So first we've got a quick start guide. This is in lots of different languages, and you can actually cut this down to size as well, and I think it's mentioned in the manual, should it be too big for what you're going to be using it on. It's 2 meters by standard though. So we've got the UK plug, we've got a 2-pin, so if you go to France or Germany they use the 2-pin, and then we've got the one for the US as well. So obviously we're in the UK. We're just going to put this on, clips into place, and it's got a barrel plug which is going to connect into our little control box. And you can see on the end of that, might be a little bit too bright, but it says 24 volts at 1.25 amps. It's going to go into there. Nice branding on there, and then that's going to be our LED strip connection port there. A little bit of information. I think this is safety instructions. You've also got a sticky strip if you wanted to mount this under your desk, so you can stick that onto there. But we can put this to the side now and look at the actual light strip. So it's coated as well, which is nice. It's like the ones you'd see if you were to buy a RGB strip for your PC. It's generally got a nice like rubber coating across the top. So if we just unravel some of this for you to see, this will focus in. So you can see the RGB LED, which is in the middle, and we've got the warm white and then the standard white either side. So you've got a nice lot of choice by what color you use. And then the middle point has where you can cut it if you want to. I'm going to unravel this fully. And I've got a 2 meter arm span, which is that. There you go, 2 meters exactly. 6'6" for those of you that like feet and inches. Okay, so before we get actually into the app, I just wanted to mention, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well, but there's a small little indent which is going to match up on the light strip. That's going to make sure that it stays in, so when you do put it in, make sure you get the orientation the right way around. By looking at it, it doesn't look like it's really going to matter, but if you do it that way, you're going to make sure it's not going to come out quite as easy. Okay, so now doing the screen recording so you can see this back. As you can see, it's all very bright and lit up. I've lowered the ISO on the camera so you can see the color a bit better, but I'll keep the one in front full so you can see it, just how kind of bright it is. But I wanted to really show you the color, so that's why I've lowered down the one on the camera above. I can go even lower. So how well this will pick up, but currently for this kind of warmish color, we've got the warm white, the cool white, and then a little bit of green to give you this color. But we'll go onto the app and let's pick a nice red. It's quite interesting actually, because you'll see the lights actually change and add in different colors and maybe add on the warm white or the cold white to kind of really give the proper tinge of colour, which is really nice. Let's go back more this way. I want to say pink. Slightly kind of pale, so you get the pink and then you get a bit of a warm white. And then the darker stuff is just the LED on its own, yellow. Seems to be all around the edge of the colour picker that is just the RGB LED itself. And then when you get into the middle, it adds in the white LEDs. Very cool. So one thing I did want to say, we can add a favourites brightness. So you go full intensity red. Very nice actually. It looks a little bit orange on camera. It's more red in person. Certainly from front on it looks red, but the overhead looks a little bit more accurate. So one thing I did want to say is because this is all one colour, or like one RGB strip, you can't do an effect like a wave or things like that have multiple colours in one strip. So for example, if you have a Corsair keyboard that does a ripple, you won't be able to do that with this because it's a different kind of LED. Something to bear in mind. So nice little power button. So power on settings. So last use settings or the default. And then you can actually set a default colour on there, which is quite cool. So let's go back into this white picker. Oh, that's very bright. Now personally, I would go for about there if I was to use this in a video, kind of a cooler but not blue. Getting slightly warmer on the, need to turn this down so you will actually see the LEDs in action. Use a little bit of the RGB LED in action to complement the colour. Slight bit of red to add some warmth. It's very cool to watch. It's quite intriguing when you're looking at it in person and how it all changes inside the LED. Slight bit of green for the middle white. It's quite interesting. Very cool. And then we'll press done. And that's their set. That's the lowest brightness. What's the highest on white? Oh, that's bright. That's like almost sunglasses bright. Let's go for a cooler. There we go. It just looks so just bright on the front camera, but on the top it's a little bit more seeable. So, how much will one of these light strips cost for 2 meters of colour fun? So we did look at a light strip before that has the same control that this does. As you can see, there's not that much control on there at the moment. It'd be nice if you could maybe do a breathing effect, or I don't know. I guess that's more where the Stream Deck will come in handy, because you could just make a preset and just bang, go straight onto the preset for whatever scenario you're doing during stream. Maybe if you get a donation, you could have it set to go yellow, or adjust it to your heart's content. I've just also mentioned that there's a Tessa double coated sticky on one side as well, if you want to stick it onto your desk, which is probably where most people will put it. So yeah, talking about cost, we did look at one of these recently that was in about the £40 mark. Now this one comes in at $59.99 for 2 meters. Now my thoughts on that is much like I said with the Elgato Wave 3 microphone up there, get it right this time, because of the Elgato ecosystem and that the fact that you can do a lot of the stuff with the Stream Deck, you are going to be paying a little bit more for a premium, but it does give you a lot more flexibility than your standard light strip would. So yes, it does cost a bit more, but if you're running Elgato stuff like you've got a ring light or the key lights, and you're using the Elgato microphone, Stream Deck, to incorporate it all into one ecosystem rather than having multiple things running different settings and controlling different parts of a setup is going to be worth it for the people that are really invested and may have already spent several hundreds of pounds or dollars on that equipment already, because you can keep it all in the same family of products. So yeah, a little bit of a premium, but for certain people they're going to be more than happy to pay that because it's going to make their life a lot easier. And unless you're running 2 PCs, you won't need another app on the screen, which obviously can clutter up your screen real estate if you're only doing everything on one PC. So this is actually a very nice colour, and it actually makes me think of something that's coming up. That's a very similar colour to this that we could use this with. But as for now, I think we're going to leave it there. Nice range of flexibility. I do love the white on there as well, the white LEDs. That's a part that I didn't see on the last one we looked at as well. So having that little bit extra of a premium on this one to add the white in and have a really pure white and accurate rather than RGB making it up is also a nice bonus as well. So for those of you that want really accurate colours, that's another reason to go for this. So yeah, I'll put the link for this in the description box if you want to get one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and ding the bell so you never miss an upload. Big thank you to Elgato for sending this out for me to look at. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.